Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Misty. I'm a Reborn and silicone doll collector as well as an artist. Today I'm going to be changing one of my Reborn babies, but while I do that, I want to talk about a topic that is really close to my heart. This video is especially for the Reborn dads out there and for anyone who's ever felt like maybe they didn't quite belong in this hobby. If you've been following me, you all know that my husband actually was kind of uncomfortable with this hobby at first when I started it, but then fell in love with one of my babies, little Joseph, and I actually ended up recreating that doll just for him. So my husband is also a Reborn dad, a new Reborn dad, and we did end up naming his baby little Joey. So this is a safe space, no judgment, no side-eye, just love here. As I've grown my channel, something really special has happened, and I've noticed a small but meaningful group of men in this community, collectors, artists, dads, hobbyists, quietly supporting, watching, commenting, and sometimes just existing in the background. And I've also noticed something else, that a lot of Reborn dads feel invisible or hesitant or like they have to explain themselves before they're even allowed to enjoy the hobby. And I just want to say right now, you don't owe anyone an explanation. We already know that this hobby does come with quite the stigma, just being adults collecting dolls, but there's also this strange idea in our culture that dolls are only for women or only for children, but when you really think about it, that idea doesn't actually make any sense. Men collect action figures, statues, model trains, cars, art, antiques, and nobody questions their emotional depth or mental health over it. But put a doll in a man's hands and suddenly people have major opinions. And here's the thing. Men have collected dolls for forever. Famous people too. Johnny Depp is an example, and he has openly talked about his Barbie collection, and he's not alone. And if Johnny Depp can collect dolls and still be Johnny Depp, well, I think we're all okay, right? Men come into this Reborn hobby for so many reasons. Some are artists who appreciate the craftsmanship, some love photography or realism, and some find comfort and calm in caring for something gentle. Some collect for nostalgia, some are fathers, some are not, and some just love dolls. And none of those reasons are wrong. What makes me sad is knowing that many Reborn dads feel isolated, like they have to enjoy this hobby quietly or behind closed doors. But hobbies are supposed to bring joy, not shame. So if you're a Reborn dad watching this, I want you to hear this clearly. You belong here. You are welcome here. And you are not weird, broken, or wrong for loving this hobby. You don't make the community uncomfortable. Your presence doesn't need to be justified, and you don't need to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. You are part of this family too. For those watching who maybe don't fully understand why men collect dolls, I invite you to look at this hobby through a wider lens. This is about connection, creativity, comfort, and joy. It's about art. It's about storytelling. It's about finding peace in a world that's often very loud. And when we exclude people, especially men who already struggle with loneliness, we lose something really important, and that's human kindness. Being inclusive doesn't take anything away from anyone. It just makes the community warmer. So today, while I change this little one, I hope we also changed a few hearts, or at least opened them a little. If you're a Reborn dad and you feel comfortable, I'd love for you to say hello in the comments. And if you have a social media link, maybe you have a YouTube channel or an Instagram page or a Facebook page, I want you guys to be able to find a connection, with each other. I love when other Reborn dads are able to connect because there is a smaller percentage of men in our community, and maybe you guys need that friendship and that connection, someone that has a similar, interest and hobby as you. And if you're not ready to introduce yourself, that's okay too. You're still seen. I see your comments down there in my comment section. For all my other followers, feel free to comment down below and say hello and welcome, and let's help some of these reborn dads feel seen and heard and included in our hobby too. This is a hobby for everyone, not just women, not just little kids. It's for everyone. And I know a lot of you guys out there who have families, I know that you do share this connection with your kids. Sometimes your wives, sometimes your partners might feel uncomfortable, just like my husband once did, but they might warm up to it. So don't be discouraged. Okay, though, let's be real for a minute, because part of being a reborn dad isn't just loving the hobby. It is dealing with other people's reactions. The ones, the pause, the blink, the slow head tilt. Like, they start thinking, you collect what? Like, you can see it. And suddenly you can hear their internal windows dial up, sound buffering, and friends might say things like, oh, that's so interesting, which we all know translates to, I do not know what to do with this information. And like my in-laws, they might start to whisper like it's classified information. So he has dolls now, like you joined some secret society. And church folks, oh, bless them, they'll smile real big and say, well, dear, as long as it makes you happy, which is Christian for I'm praying for you. But here's the thing. Most of the discomfort isn't about the dolls. It's about people bumping into something that they just really don't understand. One of the easiest ways for reborn dads to talk about this hobby is to not over-explain it. You don't have to launch into a TED Talk. Try something simple like, it's an art hobby, it helps me relax, I enjoy collecting, just like people collect figurines or models. Because the more calm you are, the less weird it feels to them. Confidence is contagious. If you're feeling bold, you can always go with humor, like, yeah, I collect dolls, but don't worry, they don't pay rent, or, well, it's cheaper than a sports car and way quieter, or my personal favorite, listen, some people golf, some people fish, I nurture tiny vinyl humans. And if they still look confused, that's okay. Confused doesn't mean disapproving, it just means new. Here's what I want reborn dads to remember. Your hobby says nothing negative about your masculinity, your faith, your sanity, or your worth. It says you're human. You enjoy softness. You appreciate art. You're allowed to like what you like. And if someone doesn't get it, that's okay. They don't have to collect it. You do. So to everyone else watching, thank you for being so kind, curious, and open. As always, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this space with me. And remember, this hobby is for everyone. My channel is made to be a safe place for everyone. My doors and my heart are always open to you. Please, please be gentle to one another in the comments. And as always, please be welcoming of others to this community. Please let people know that This is a place for all of us to share our dolls. This is a safe place for all of us to share a passion that we all have in common. And we need to be welcoming and inclusive to all in this community. This is a place for kindness. This is what Reborn dolls are all about, is that softness and that sweetness and that kindness that I know that we are all capable of showing in our community. So let's all be loving and kind to one another. Thank you all so much for watching and loving me and my babies, and as always, supporting my art. I do have a few babies available on the website. If you're interested, please go there and check them out. And until next time, you guys, happy doll collecting, everyone. I'll see you next time.